that's the frame up. So, pair of clippers on the end of here, pieced in there, clipping away, and then when you want to swap sides, you see that? Does it make sense? So yeah, and it's come to this side, and you can do your clipping job without this ending up, this here ending up like that, which if it was mounted in the middle it would. So anyway, that's that job done. And there isn't even any baler twine or billy band involved. There was temporarily, until I got that D-link with sort of that D-link up there. We had to string it up just to check it was right. And also, for those who are wondering how we're going to get it up and down, or how Howard and Johnny are going to get it up and down, there's a ready-made ladder there. So you just climb up the gate, hook it on, job's a good one. Just got to put the cable that way. So yeah, next job. I'm back at the workshop now. Been to Norman's and got a bit of steel for the wrap and twine, and I've had a bit of a cock up, which is a daily occurrence. These are laser cut. They're for the compact front boxes. That's what the brackets attached to. And I didn't realise I'd run out, so I've had to go and get a bit of steel, which is the right width. I just need to make 4 of them, which is epic waste of time. Should be laser cut. It'll take too long to do. I'll just show you this. That's a transplanter. That's to go to LAMMA, so it'll get cleaned up and sorted out, and then it goes onto a pallet that then is what we put on the stand. They're basically painted white, so you just pick them up, put them on the stand, job's good. This is all the stuff I painted yesterday, so that's come out pretty well. I thought I'd quickly show you this, although I don't know what I've done with it. Here. So this was the box I was on with yesterday, so that's the flat inside it, and I rounded it out, like ground all the edges off, and I thought I'd done enough anyway. Turns out I hadn't, and I basically ended up smashing it into it, which also involved me cutting a massive cut in my boot, which is grateful that I had steel toe caps on, because that would have hurt. And then I turned it the other way up, clamped it to the side of here, and basically smashed it into there. The boxes, they were slightly longer than they needed to be, which is good, because that's what it looked like on the way in, and by the time I'd smashed it in, that's what the bit that cut off looked like. So yeah, it ended up getting fairly mashed. So yeah, Nige is coming, so we'll bash on with this wrap and twine, get that made. And I quickly want to talk to you about this. These are the brackets that are for Agricultural Tank Monitoring System, ATMS, which is a system that I came up with to solve a problem. I was sat in here last January and I thought, as somebody locally who has quite a few tanks that are remote located, they store digestate that comes out of AD plants, and really, if they're leaking, they need to know. And they're also a lot easier to monitor the level if they know what it is and how many wagons they can fit in, and anyway, yeah. So it set off last January and it took a bit of sorting out. Anyway, we haven't done that many, but we've done a couple. And what's happened at the end of last year was did a deal with a farmer in Lincolnshire to supply him a system that will involve flow meters and radars, which will mean he can use his underground irrigation system that he's already got in for irrigating potatoes to transfer digestate from his AD, well, it's not his, the AD plant that's on his land. They can use the underground pipes to transfer it from the AD plant to these tanks that are dotted around his farm, which is going to save a lot of money in diesel, time, transferring it. They'd normally do it by wagon. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting project. It's not going to be February before we get to it, because we've got to order all the stuff. And bear in mind, it only got the go-ahead at the end of, like, the Saturday before Christmas. Yeah, it's going to get a bit of stuff sorted out. But yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. So anyway, we'll bash on. And like I said, Nige's coming, and we'll record an episode of Workshop Witters, which is basically us talking gibberish nonsense, but it's quite a good laugh. And there's people who do quite like watching it. So it's just us recording what we talk about while we're having a lunch. Although we've got a bit more organised now. We have got a list of things we talk about, just to try and keep us on track and make sure we don't get too carried away, because they can soon end up being quite long. But yeah, so we'll bash on and yeah, crack on.